Hello guys, welcome to Indian Road Cycling. It's me Adarsh and you're watching the first ever time trial Tuesday for me on Zwift here. I'm doing a time trial today for the very first time on Zwift. This is the Bologna course. This was a time trial done in 2019 at the Giro d'Italia. This is an exact replica of that course and this is about 8 kilometers long. The first 6 kilometers of this race are largely flat, with the last 2 kilometers a really steep hill. So this is really interesting course. This is the first ever time I'm doing a time trial over here, so I'm really excited about this. So let's see what we've got up ahead. And all of you guys who are new to the channel, I'm going to request you guys to like, comment on these videos. Tell me what you guys think. If you haven't subscribed already, then please subscribe. That's going to really help me and help the channel as well. Press the bell icon so that you can keep getting all the notifications whenever I put out the videos, so you can keep a tab on what I'm up to. So here you go. This is about 3, 2, 1. The time trial is going to start from me. Basically, as you can see, the dashboard is completely different. You have all of your data on top right now. This is a different custom dashboard that Zwift has for time trials. The clock hasn't started. The clock basically starts when you go under the start panel. Here you go. The clock started. So like in a time trial, you don't have to be putting out crazy power right off the front. You have that little bit of distance to get to your actual power. My pacing strategy for this one was pretty simple. Like I said, the course was 8 kilometers long. The first 6 kilometers were largely flat with a little bit of let's say fast rolling descents, and the last 2 kilometers is a really steep hill, right? So I did some research. Basically I wanted to put out the power at the right moments here. So I'm going to be going well below my FTP. My FTP is basically functional threshold power that I can hold for 60 minutes. I'm going to be going well below FTP for the first 6 kilometers, for the first 5.5 or 6 kilometers. You can see I am only concentrating right now to get my pacing right. I'm doing roughly about 240 watts on an average, and I will continue to do this all the way till about 4.5 kilometers. From 4.5 to 5.5 kilometers, I just reach my FTP, and from 5.5 and 6 kilometers onwards, the hill starts. There's a sharp right-hander, and from then it's full gas. So that was going to be my strategy. I don't know how it's going to play out. This is the first ever time I'm doing a time trial on Zwift, so this is going to be a really interesting one, and let's see how it goes. Getting back into the race, we're at the 5.6 kilometer mark. In just about 400 meters, the steep hill is going to start. I've been very conservative. As I told you, after 4.5 kilometers, I was going to hit somewhere near my FTP. We're at a 3% uphill right now. So I'm just over my FTP now. But when we're going to take that right hander and the actual hill is going to start, I'm going to give it everything I've got. So that was my strategy. I am largely putting it to plan, but I could have been even more conservative. As you can see, I've shifted my gears. I'm at around 280 watts. This was also what was happening. A lot of the guys were actually overtaking me from behind, and I had to really control myself, not look at them. So I had to only look at the power, and I had to make sure that I stuck to my pacing strategy. So here we are. The hill has officially started. You can see on the top right corner 10% gradient right now. It was a really steep hill. So basically at about the 9-minute mark is when the hill starts. We're 6.1 kilometers into the race, and this is a really steep hill. Let me take you to the parts that are really steep. I'm going to let that section play, and let's go there. So just rejoining the race at the 6.9 kilometer mark. We're just going under the stone bridge. This is where things get really steep. 10% gradient now, almost 13 minutes into the time trial. 13%, 14%, it's even going to go up. Now is the time when I have to really dig deep. As you can see from the wattage, I have been holding upwards of 300 watts right from the 6 kilometer mark. Right now I'm going to give it everything I've got. Cadence is at 67 revs per minute. My heart rate is at 179, so really high stuff right now. But what's helping is that I was conservative in the beginning of the race, and that's helping a lot. Now is also a time when when yes, I have to conserve and I have to look at only my wattage, but the guys in front of me are really dangling like carrots in front of my eyes. So I'm really also using them to dig deep. We're at 16% now, really steep hill. And with these smart trainers, you can actually feel like you're at 16% riding in Bologna and not just on Zwift. So this is really cool. I'm giving it everything I've got. So enjoy it, and let me just take you to the finish line now. Rejoining the race, 16 minutes 36 seconds into the race, 7.7 kilometers in. We're at a 7% gradient right now. I have managed to catch a few of these chaps, and I'm really digging deep. We're just about 200 meters from the finish line. The steepest sections of the course are behind us. You just saw some of the steepest sections of the roads. I think it was just about a few hundred meters. It was super steep. We had to dig really deep, and we're just 100 meters away now. And this is where I should have been laying out everything I had. I needed to put out everything. And this is where I think I faltered. I could have gained a few more seconds. You can see the finish line, and for some reason I'm not digging as deep as I should have, and this is what cost me. And that was the finish line. Let's see what the results are right now. So I have finished the race in 17 minutes 24 seconds with an average wattage of 286 watts, 4.3 watts per kilo, and an average heart rate of 167 beats per minute. So let's take you to the ride and do some analysis about the ride itself. So here we are, we're on trainerroad.com. I thought this was the best place to actually dig deep into what we did exactly and how I paced my time trial. So here we are, we've got two laps here. The first lap is largely of the flat section. The second lap is of the climb section. So the first lap, which is basically which is around 9 minutes, if you remember, at around the 9-minute mark, we turned right and we went straight into the climb. So we've done an average wattage of 261 watts, a normalized power, or actually average wattage of 264 watts with normalized power of 261. So normalized power less than average power. So like I said, I wanted to be below my FTP. So my FTP is roughly around 280 watts. So I have done an average power 264. So below FTP, that's on point. This is a flat section of the course, and I wanted to pace myself. This is not the place to put in all of the power. I did an average heart rate of 159 beats per minute. So that was again kind of low. Quickly, now we're going to see what I did in the climb section of the race. So this was lap number 2. This is the climb section. You can see the difference here. So average power of 310 watts, normalized power of 311 watts. That means I paced myself well. 30 watts over the FTP. That was exactly what my plan was. 10% more. So you will see largely 10% less below FTP on the flat section, and 10% more above FTP on the flat section. So for a time of 8 minutes 27 seconds, that's an average power of 310 watts with HR of 176 beats per minute versus 159 beats per minute for the first 9 odd minutes of the flat section. So time for the results. We're on zwiftpower.com. These are the official results page of the course. This is what the course looked like. 6 kilometers of flat, and then the uphill till about the 4.5 kilometer mark. I wanted to be below FTP. 4.5 to 5.5 kilometers, I wanted to be just about at FTP, and from 5.5 kilometers onwards, I wanted to give it everything I had. So what do the results look like? Let's check it out. That's it. So 45th in the time trial out of 319 riders. So what are the numbers I did? So here I am, 45th with an average wattage of 286 watts with 4.3 watts per kilo, normalized power of 291 watts with a time of 17 minutes and 24 seconds. So that's a 4.3 watts per kilo for the duration of 17 minutes and 24 seconds. 3 minutes and 21 seconds behind the winner, who was Peter from Thailand. He put out a whopping 6.2 watts per kilo to finish with a time of 14 minutes and 2 seconds. Phenomenal guy. I've been following up on Instagram, on Facebook, on Strava and stuff like that. He's a coach. He's just an absolute beast of a rider. So let's look at the stats again, and let's discuss some things about the pacing. I've done 4.3 watts per kilo to finish with 17 minutes and 24 seconds. Let's look at this guy Maxka, who's is the 50th possession, 4.7 watts per kilo, finished 16 seconds behind me with he weighs about 57 kilos. So it's not exactly important as to what the average power for the entire race is. You have to figure out what kind of wattage you want to be putting out where. The thumb rule is that on the slowest sections of the race you need to be putting out more power than your MTP, and that's where you make the maximum gains. So whether it's inside on Zwift or whether it's outside in the real world, if it's the headwind section, if it's the section that has a climb, that's where you want to be putting out most amount of power. So that was my pacing strategy, guys. Let me know if I could have done this better. This was my first ever time trial on Zwift. I love time trials. Please let me know if I could have done this better in the comment section. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Please let me know what you guys think of what I'm doing here. Some really big announcements coming to you guys in the next couple of days. Please keep watching the news. I've just launched an Instagram channel. It's instagram.com at Indian Road Cycling. There's a Facebook page that's coming up soon as well. I'm going to be building a Strava club for all of us to sign up and get all of the updates. The YouTube channel is coming along nicely. I'm hoping to do some of these more videos. I'm also going to be putting out the entire race footage from this time trial and put it out there for you guys to have a look at and let me know what you guys think. So thank you. Stay tuned. See you soon again.